Thank you. And now in this edition of the Sustainable Scoop, I have the pleasure of having with me Nora Palmatier. She's the president of Tree Stewards here in Arlington and also for Alexandria. And then Vincent Verweij, he is the Arlington County Forester. Thanks for being with me.
Thank you.
Okay.
So I want to just get right to what is topical news, but also a big concern for Arlingtonians. We had a really big storm a couple weeks ago. How did our tree canopy fare?
We had quite a few calls. We handled over 300 calls of trees in power lines, trees on streets, and trees on buildings, or just lawns, or anything that happened with trees in the public right of way in the county. We helped clear state roads as well as U.S. highways, as well as our own roads, which are basically the entire county. We're still wrapping up our work on that, and we're constantly seeing broken branches still from the storm.
There are a number of very important roads, so it certainly was an emergency, and with the power being out for a long time, access was important. But in addition to that, our trees are quite valuable. They've been around for a long time, particularly here in Arlington. Tell us about tree canopy in general and why it's so important, Vincent.
Well, Arlington boasts a very healthy tree canopy, and we'd like to maintain that. And we do that not only because of the tree's beauty, which has always been a big aspect of trees, but trees filter stormwater. They help reduce your cooling and heating bills, and they just make our community more livable and more attractive to businesses outside to move into our community. I mean, I could rattle off many more values of trees.
Well, there's no question at all that we want to protect our tree canopy. It's an initiative here in Arlington. We understand it's valuable to our ecosystem, our environment. But, you know, we do what we can, and then we have the heroes of our community who do more than just what they can, but they go out and teach other people. Nora, tell us a little bit about Tree Stewards.
Well, Tree Stewards is a all-volunteer group of people who love trees for many reasons. Most of us because we just feel that trees are our friends and we want to pay them back. I mean, if you've ever walked on a sidewalk in Arlington during the summer, you know as soon as you get into the shade of a tree, its value, and then you get out in the sun. So there's no question there. Tree Stewards are all volunteers. We're very well trained. We've been through a 12-week course, which consists of training every night for, well, one night a week for 3 hours and a couple of Saturdays. And Arlington County arborists help us out and do some of the training, as does Extension, as does the Alexandria.
So basically, you go through this training, and then you become tree heroes, or I'm sorry, tree stewards.
We consider ourselves stewards.
Stewards, and,
right.
and as a steward of Arlington's tree canopy, what do you want people to know about our trees?
What we want people to know, especially right now in the summer, is that trees are living organisms, and more than anything, they need water. Even very large trees need water. If they're a young tree that's just been planted in the last year, you can get a gator bag and put around it, one of those green bags. I think you've got views on the show. If it's a mature tree, then you can use this high-tech instrument, a screwdriver.
Okay.
And if you can't get it into the ground underneath your large tree, think what the roots of your large tree are going through.
How far should it go?
You should get it down 6 inches. If it's real hard to get down, your ground is too hard and you need to water it every week. So just turn the hose on or turn the sprinkler on and let it go until you've got 1 inch in a tuna fish can. And
so that sounds like
will thank you.
Very targeting watering.
Is.
Because, you know, we don't want to waste water. We have an issue right now where we're going through a bit of a drought ourselves.
Right. But your trees, even whenever there's a drought on, they will say, water your young trees, because keeping a tree alive is economically a good thing because it's going to grow up to provide shade and keep your house cooler, thus reducing electricity. So spending the money for the water is worth it at this point. I water my trees. I have 5 trees, and it costs me an extra $50 every summer. But you know what? My backyard is cool.
Yes, and I bet your trees are in excellent shape too.
I try to keep them that way.
Now, is there anything we should know about planting new trees or?
Planting new trees, don't do it until October.
Okay.
I don't, we're just too hot even in April. Wait until October and go to treestewards.org. We have articles on our website about how to plant, how to water, and if you're interested, you can join us in our training coming up in February.
Excellent.
And information about that is all on site.
Excellent. Well, that's a wonderful place to volunteer. And then, Vincent, if people want to learn more about the tree canopy here in Arlington and tree canopy in general, what would you recommend they do?
You can go onto the Arlington County website, which is arlingtonva.us. And honestly, if you type in trees or all about trees in the search box, you'll get straight to all the information you need on our tree canopy and how to take care of trees. We also have a section I'd like to emphasize, especially with the storm. This is really important, to put the right tree in the right place. Don't put a large canopy tree next to a power line, and try to give the tree some space. Try to give it some extra room to breathe, and that will prevent it from falling on your house, and it will prevent it from taking down the power for everyone in the county.
As much as trees are a part of our history, they're also very much a part of our future, and I want to thank you both for being here, protecting our future, and also educating us on how we can help too. That's this edition of the Sustainable Scoop. I'll see you next time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.